Yo, what is up guys, MattWic here, and I am back. We are here with episode 3 of our Seattle GM mode expansion draft. Now, since the last episode, I know it's been a while, so I'll give you guys a little refresh. One quick thing, we did make a trade. I said I was going to decide if this team was ready to go or not for a playoff run. I decided we are not. Didn't really do something too crazy though. Traded Eric Staal for Jake DeBrusk and a first. Also threw in a second and a fourth round pick from our side. Now Boston, you know, they're probably going to be a playoff team. Someone who contends for the Stanley Cup. So that first round pick's probably going to be late. But, you know, give up a second and a fourth, which, you know, to me doesn't have a lot of value. I feel like that was a good deal, especially giving an aging Eric Staal for a younger, more hopefully offensive powerhouse Jake DeBrusk. Plus, we have plenty of centers, especially with Valentanko coming up. I wanted to give him a better chance, and I want to give Semi Blah a better chance to, you know, develop and get better for our team. Jake DeBrusk, 83 overall, 23 years of age as well, so he can still get better. That's what I was looking for. He can still progress, as opposed to Eric Staal, who is a little bit older. Good stats, sniper, first-round pedigree, like him a lot. So this is our team again. I put Valentanko, called him up. He was having a good year, as you can see by the point totals there, in the AHL, a -4, but good shooting percentage, and like I said, nice, almost a point per game player. So I brought him up, put him on the third line. We're going to try Gurionov on the third line with him, so we'll see how that works. Defense, still pretty much the same. We got our boy Brad Huet, a franchise defenseman who's actually having a pretty solid year for the way the team's been struggling. 42 games played, 8 goals, 27 points, a -3 with our whole decor being a pretty much minus, so it's what you expect. 12 power play points, so that's nice that he's tearing it up a bit on the power play, getting most of his points there, and not taking a lot of penalties, which is going to be a big factor for this team, which is something, you know, you see Tanev taking 20 and Burns taking 24. Not really something offensive defenseman, and we have one defensive defense. I'm getting him out of there. I didn't even know he was defensive. Oh my god. So let's see. We either put Tony. I'm gonna put Tony DeAngelo in there just because he's younger and he can still develop. Get out of my lineup, Chris Tanev. I'm not sure if the computer did that on its own or what. But I don't think I had Chris Tanev in the lineup last time. Probably did. But let's go ahead and get him out of there. Put Tony DeAngelo back in there. Big game for him last night as well. Big game, hat trick, I think first of his career. So let's go ahead, and our goalies were Darcy Kempfer, or not Darcy Kempfer, I'm thinking of my Hockey Ultimate team. Robin Lehner and UC Saros, who have both been struggling quite a bit. See our record there, last place in the Pacific. Only teams worse than us, the Blues, surprisingly. Canadians, Senators, and Red Wings, so that Atlantic division is a shit show. And then the Metropolitan. So, I mean, if we were in any other division, we'd be doing pretty good. How many points out of a playoff spot are we? We're 8 points out. Not really too surprising. Can't be in a playoff spot with under 500 record. So let's go ahead, sim some of these games. We'll keep doing our week to week, and I'll try to keep an eye up on the scouts to see if we can send them out again. But I was going to say 2 big wins, but that's an overtime loss. So, you know, Connor McDavid strikes again. Probably tore up Brent Burns' old ankles. But let's see. There is a medium franchise center in the draft. So we'll see if we don't make the playoffs, if we can shoot up into one of those lottery, top lottery pick spots, and maybe make a trade to see if we can get him. Because with Valentanko, Huet, and then another franchise center, we'd be pretty much set for the rest of this GM mode. But we'll see. Alex Lafreniere is another guy I'd be interested to get as well. Obviously, he is a stud. Team's starting to pick it up a bit there, so that's good to see. We have a trade alert. Mikko Koivu and Brad Hunt, 2 big boys, for Nason, a third, and keeper. Now, I hope one of those guys has a high overall, because that looks like a shit trade for Minnesota. Good on Florida for fleecing them on that one. Holy shit. Yeah, I kind of want to go look at that. Who got the Minnesota? Got them. It was Neeson and keeper. So let's see. We're going to go view contracts. I just have to see, because trading Mikko Koivu, 84 overall, seems like, why would they do that? But we'll go in the system, and we'll pop down to I guess I should say up to Minnesota. And let's take a look. They got, if I can figure out where they are, did they call him up? I thought his name was Keeper and Neeson. I don't see either of them here. Is he on the main roster? Let's see. Yep, there's Keeper. A low 7th D and a medium top 4. Wow, they got fleeced. Holy shit. That's a terrible trade. Brady Keeper, low 7th, 23 years old, and Linus Nassen, 21 years old, medium top 4. I mean, I guess if he develops 21 years old and only a 68, though, geez. And a 3rd round pick. Whew, Minnesota. So, boys, we aren't running our GM mode like that, thankfully. But, yeah, like I said, this year is pretty much going to be a wash unless we can squeak into one of those playoff spots, which I don't think we're going to be able to do. Brent Burns on defense, a point-a-game player. Love to see that. Let's take a look and see who our top point getters are. Pue, nice, 33, -3. So obviously the big problem right now is the minuses. Jake DeBrusk, +4, 42 points. Like it a lot. Tony D'Angelo, -24. Come on, bud. Kasha, -12. So, I mean, -10, not really too bad. But once you start creeping up like Goligoski and D'Angelo are and have been, it's a little worrying. Let's see. Back to points. Who's tearing it up for goals for us? Let's see. We got Connolly with 23 on our 4th line. So maybe put him up. Where is Guryanov? Only 7. Let's go ahead. I'm going to switch lines a little bit. Just because if we're able to squeak our ways into the playoff, that is going to be some fun stuff. So Guryanov, you're going to scoot down. What's Nameskov doing? 10 and 23. For 33 points on the 1st line. As opposed to Kasha. 28 points on the 2nd line. What about Sherry? What's he been up to? He is tearing it up. I'm going to actually move him up to that 1st line. Nameskov down. Still have Kasha. Sammy Blah. What's Valentenko been up to? I didn't see his name on either of those lists. 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points in 14 games. Not too bad. Not too bad. -2. We'll see what he can do maybe with Connolly on his line. And then Timashov, 7 and 15. As opposed to Wilson, who's not really been doing anything. Is he? He's a, yeah, I was gonna say he's a playmaker. And then we have Perot down there. What's his face-offs look like? I want to see what his face-off percentage is so far. He is 54%, so that's not too bad. Hala on the 1st line is coming in at a hot 50%. So I mean, 54% for a winger on the face-off dot. 40% for Sammy Blah, so that's not good enough. Valentenko in his short time here, what's he been up to? 47%. Let's switch them up a little bit. I know it hurts the line chemistry, but is what it is. If we move Blah down, let me see points again. No, I don't want to do that. No, not that either. 6 and 15, 7 and 13. 7 and 15. Connolly's got to stay up. I should really move him up to a higher line. 23 goals. He's been killing it for me. So let's try him on the 1st. Nameskov down. Just goes the left wing. And then if we call Perot a -3. Why does Nameskov not fit on that line at all? If we put Guryanov. Nameskov doesn't want to fit anywhere. Oh my god, except for a top 2 line. 10 and 23 is not bad though. Why? He doesn't fit anywhere but the 1st line. Come on. Maybe 10 and 23 is good numbers. I don't want to have him on the 1st. But I don't want him to kill Timashov and Sammy Blais. Man, I hope in the offseason we can find a better coach than what we have now. And I'm sorry this video has been rolling on me just looking at lines. But see, this is why I'm not a huge fan of this line chemistry stuff. Just because I don't want to be forced to put him on a top line. And I don't want to scratch him because he's been playing well enough. Chris Kunitz, I really don't want to put him in. God damn it. You know what, screw it. Let's just roll with it. we'll roll with it and see what it gives us. Yeah, I'm not moving Valentenko down. We'll go with it for a little while, see how it works. Hopefully, doesn't hurt that line's production too much, although they're not really doing much as it is. So let's go ahead, sim ahead. I think we're close to the trade deadline, so let's sim another week. We've got 4 big games here. If we can come out on top, maybe get a little win streak going that we already have. Oh, and it ends right there. So not bad. Let's see if we can pick back up, or if we drop 5 in a row. Yes, we dropped 3 after winning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So not really what you want to see out of the squad. Come nice with a nice shootout win in Columbus. Another trade. We have Kale Fleury. I can't remember who C Fleury is. And Elaine to Buffalo. From Montreal for Rodriguez, Scandella, and a 5th. So I'd say Buffalo probably comes out on top in that one. I'm not sure Rodriguez how his what his potential is, but meh, we'll see. Let's see, 62 points. How much out of a playoff spot? Oh, I can't change it from this screen. 1-0 loss there. Ooh, we got a big game in Pittsburgh, who is looking pretty good. Evgeny Malkin and Sidney Crosby are healthy in this GM mode because we have injuries off. And we lose 6-0. So we're probably going to shoot past the trade deadline here. And we're right where we started this video at. We were, what, 20, 21, and 1. Oh, we have a big trade here. Max Domi heading to, and Edmondson headed to New Jersey for a 1st, Smith, McLeod, and a 3rd. So I see that. That 1st is probably the big one. I'm not sure, again, Smith and McLeod's potentials, but very interesting trade there. So I wonder if New Jersey, I haven't seen, oh, we have an offer here. Goligoski are 3rd and 5th this year and next year for Waugh. Let's see, because I think it's Jeremy, is it Jeremy Waugh? Jeremy Roy? Yeah, Jeremy Roy. Ooh, and he's an offensive defenseman. Minus 15, 33 assists, though. Is that in the minors? No, that's with San Jose. Okay, very interesting. So we'd be giving it up for him, and he's 22 years of age, medium top 4 potential. I hope you cannot hear those dogs' footsteps clacking around above me. And Jack Sadiq, 22 years old, low 70s, so maybe an AHL potential guy. We have Goligoski, a 3rd from next year and a 5th from next year. I honestly don't think that's too bad of a trade, especially with Goligoski having 2 years left on his deal. So I'm going to go ahead, take that trade. Thank you very much. How ya doing? Wasn't expecting to make any trades, but we'll go with that. But I like that. That was a good deal for us, I feel like. Let's see if we can maybe put Waugh in the lineup. Let's see if we go defense, because I'm sure Tony DeAngelo is still shit in the bed. Minus 29. Kinda still shit in the bed. Is Waugh up here, or did he get sent down? No, he's up here. Let's go ahead and toss him in the lineup. See what he does. I hate these -3s. It sucks. It sucks because this idea that I have is kind of like hurt because of this. Man, I really hope if I hear that on the thing on those dogs upstairs on my mic, I'm gonna get so upset. But let's go ahead. We'll roll with it. Put him in there. Let's go and sim past the trade deadline. Let me make sure all my scouts are still going to tan. Everybody's got something. Very cool. Let's go see real quick, just because that video is going to be a big one for this franchise. I think that's going to set the tone. Is going to be this draft. Oh, I want Lafreniere so bad. Let's see though. Do we have any other like late round guys? No. No, come on. It's taking a second there. Frapper, the good old Frapper. Ridley, I was an O. Ridley Grieg. Doesn't look bad. 4 years, similar style to Marian Gaborik, so that's interesting. Possibly an elite potential player. More than likely he is not. Oh, we do have a medium elite Russian here. 19 years old, scouting rank in the 50s, and we do have a gem as well there. 8th overall, Alexander Holtz. Looks pretty interesting. NHL ready too. Ooh, so he's a guy. We're going to pin him. We're going to pin Alexiev as well. Do we have any other interesting guys? A couple guys being starred by our scouts. Ooh, a goalie, Sawyer Rolliston. And then let's see. Nope, nothing really other than that. So that's good. A couple guys, nice to see that we have them in there. Excited for that. And then where is New Jersey? I wanted to see. I mean, they're in the playoffs. 76 points. That's a respectable season so far. And then, what, 72, 71 to get in. We're at 62. So if we can get up there, I mean, it's going to be a very, very uphill battle. I don't really think we're up for the task, honestly, which is why I sold off Stahl. But bringing in DeBrusque, like I said, happy with that. So let's go ahead. We lose the first game on the trade deadline, lose the first game after the trade deadline. We have not sold enough season tickets. At least that's how I feel. Oh, man, the team's not happy. Maybe it's giving up a lot of goals. It might be Roy in there. Might have to pop him out. Let's see how they do. 3 games to just get the feel him out. We win 3. So it seems like we're a win 3, lose 3 kind of team right now. So, yep, there's lose 2. Lose 3 here to Washington. Sure enough, and let's see, we got 4 games here. If we now pull off a 3-game win streak, nope, we're losing 4, losing 5. Oh, we're getting Roy out of there. Although we just won that game. Jeez, man. Gonna have to address something, but it looks like, man, Brent Burns might pull off a possible Norris season here playing on a bad team. And I know he's probably someone you're wondering, why didn't you trade Burns? You could have got maybe a first for him. He's old and gonna start declining soon. I want to keep him around 6 years. I know 8 million's a lot, keeping him for that cap space. Plus, I think he perfectly personifies a Seattle look. He's got the man bun and he's got the giant beard as well. So I'm gonna move Grzelcyk up and move D'Angelo down. How's Bouchard doing? Minus 12. Yeah, I think let's promote Bouchard as well. I knew. Oh, I just saw this. Huey is up to an 88. I think he started the season as an 81. So in one season, our medium franchise defenseman has busted up from an 81 to an 88. That is insane. Playing with Brent Burns on that top pairing. This is why we aren't trading Brent Burns. We need someone to guide this young man into becoming a stud defenseman, which it looks like, oh my gosh, he is. Let me look. What is Valentenko? Has he grown at all? He's grown 1 overall. I think we brought him up as a 78. Playing him on that third line is looking pretty good. If I now maybe shift around. Okay, so I'd have to bring Kasha down. He's 16 for 18. What's Nameless guy been doing on that bottom pair? I think he has 3 goals and 2 assists and minus 17, so that stinks. Let's do that. What's Wilson been up to? 8 and 10 on the 4th line. That's not terrible. Yeah, I'm gonna keep Valentenko up because I want him to grow more than I want Bleh to grow. No, minus 3. Oh, that hurts. Let's go ahead, though. Teams, I mean, I think it's our goaltending that's really letting us down, honestly. 71 points. 71 points isn't terrible. It looks pretty bad, actually. It looks pretty bad when I look across the rest of the league. Oilers up there with 96, so they're making the playoffs. I'm sure Oilers fans this year would love to see that. But I think currently they're on the outside looking in. Central looks strong. Holy shit. 81 points gets you 7th place. Whereas in our division, I mean, you'd still be out of a playoff spot. That's tough. Coyotes in the Wild, actually. Wild trades Miku Koivu, and they're tearing it up like that. That's interesting. Leafs, Bruins, Panthers, possibly Sabres in the playoffs. They still got a little bit of fighting to go. Ooh, and it's close between them and the Islanders. Flyers, Pens, and looks like that trade paid off for the Devils. They're in the playoffs. Let's go ahead. We got a game against the playoff-bound Edmonton Oilers here. Let me turn injuries on for a quick second so I can hurt McDavid and Draisaitl. Not a big deal. We lose 4-1. Disappointing. I kind of wish we would just bomb at this point. Give us a higher chance. Nice 8-1 victory there. These last couple games, but I'm sure we will end the lose 9-3 to the 28-44-7 Red Wings. Yikes. But let's go through here. We get to see Eric Stahl again. Will be in his home barn now in Boston. Nice little upset victory there, and we end the season on a 3-game winning streak. Finish just below 500 at 39, 40, and 3, which I think 81 points for the first season isn't too bad, honestly. So the next time you guys will see me, I know this video's, we're about 20-some minutes long, so not too bad. Let's go for a quick end of the season roundup. We'll look at our team and look at the rest of the teams around the league. I also want to check our goals for, see where we stood in the season. So Brent Burns, 82 games played, 70 points, big season for him. Whereas Hue, 42 points, so half a point a game almost, a little bit over. Player for him, I like it, gotta love it. 14 goals and 28 too. Brent Burns, dude, 23 goals for a defenseman. That's huge. He's ripping them 1-tees from the point. Gotta love it. What did Hue finish the season? Did he get up to a 90? Stuck at an 88. I like it, though. Top 2 defensemen. DeBrusque up there in points, finished with a minus. Everybody on our team pretty much big minuses, but, you know, hopefully that'll change as we get some more talent into the lineup. When I did my Cleveland one, I was able... Oh, Roy didn't actually do too bad. That's good to see. When I did my Cleveland one the first year, because it didn't have the out-of-contract year setting like this NHL 20 does, I was able to offer sheet Mitch Marner and pretty much have him be our captain and lead us through the whole thing. Plus, we were in the Atlantic, so a little bit easier of a division than the Pacific where we're at right now. But, yeah, team didn't look too bad. Let me see. Goalies, how did they perform? Robin Lehner played 70 games. Let's take a look. Player info. I know we can let's just click on him, press A. See how that pairs up to his past year. So save percentage. Besides Ottawa, I would say in recent memory, yeah, lowest he's ever had. So, you know, that's kind of disappointing. Goals allowed, a little higher than you would like. Shots faced. He faced saves. He made a lot of saves. Although he played a lot more games than he's ever played. Shots against, a lot of shots against, honestly. I'm just comparing these last 3 years. Goals against, ugh. So, he had an assist. That's pretty cool. No goals. Let's take a look. UC Saros. I think he had one of his worst years. Yeah, save percentage. Oh, that's horrible. You can't have that from a backup goalie. Goals against, horrible. Shots against and saves, not what you'd like. No points for him either. So definitely might be looking. How many years on his contract? 2 years. So we'll give him another chance next year, see how he does. I'll give it to him. Defense probably wasn't where it needs to be. So if there is a high overall offensive defenseman in free agency, I'll probably look at grabbing him and adding him to the team, just because a lot of our defense let us down. I mean, when your second pairing is 79-79, I mean, you kind of get what you're asking for there. But in terms of point totals, pretty happy with that. So let's go through now. Nope, we're not going to go HL. Oh, we'll take a look at HL. Michael Dowcole played well. Jeremy Bracco and Shane Prince up there in points as well. Kylington, I like to see that. 77 overall, put up 48 points, so maybe he gets a call up next year. Matt Tormina, the legend of my Cleveland franchise, 46 points. I don't know why, but this guy just loves tearing it up. Maybe he'll get a call up to the NHL next year. And I don't really think there was anybody else that I really cared to keep an eye on. Jonathan Blum, absolutely not. But let's go ahead back to the NHL. The Tacoma Railers, as they were known. Entire league, Phil the Thrill Kessel, 55 goals and 54 assists for 109 points, just edging out Connor McDavid and Erik Karlsson. Wow, 108 points for him. 103 for Sagan, Barkov. And see, this is why the new sim engine is pretty nice when you turn that goal scoring up to high, because, you know, this is pretty much what you'd expect. You get a couple guys that break that 100-point mark. Probably not Phil Kessel, but good to see that there. And then you get your guys who you expect to be in that 90 range. Malkin 95, Jamie Benz up there. It's 42-54. That's a little high for him, but maybe not. Let me see. Jamie Benn, player info. And if we go on and see what he's done in his career, yes, that is a little bit high. Seeing what he's done the last 3 years, he really tore it up this year. So I guess good to see. Where's Sidney Crosby at? There he is, 34 goals, 54 points for a nice 88. Surprised he didn't finish with 87. But let's look at, oh, I want to see too, who had the most PIMs. Who's the big fight boys in the league so far this year? 24 fights for Ryan Reeves. Kyle Clifford with 15. Far and away, Ryan Reeves. Yowza. What about Pims? I know he's probably a big Pim guy as well. I mean, 24 fights. Shit, he's going to be up there. Yeah, it's pretty much what you expect. Reeves and Clifford. 1-2. So very nice to see. Maybe Reeves is the guy we bring in to protect some of our stars. In terms of wins, Frederick Anderson from the Leafs leads the league with 41. Big season for him. Save percentage, who's our leader? Laurent Brassard. Ooh, someone I always bring in for these GM modes. Very nice save percentage. Maybe, I think he's a free agent. Yeah, so maybe if we see him out there, bring him as a backup and trade off UC Saros, because he's looking pretty spicy. Pekka Rinne, he's not up. Corey Schneider, who's down in the minors, if he's even down there still, up there as well. Did any goalies get a goal? No goalie goals this year. Disappointing. Who led the league in terms of goalies for assists? Oh, Carter Hutton with 4. Lundqvist and Frederick Anderson with 4. Very nice to see. Let's go ahead, though. I want to see where we ranked in terms of goals against and goals allowed and power play and whatnot. So let's see. Goals for per game. We were in the bottom. So you have an all-offensive team and you finish in the bottom for goals for. Goals against, I'm going to assume we are near the top, which is where we probably don't want to be. No, not too bad, unless I missed us. Yeah, there we are, right in the middle of the pack, 3.16. So obviously not where you really want to be, but not too terrible. Power play goals, gotta love it, 57. What was our power play percentage? Power play percentage was actually very low. What is it? One of the worst in the league. Not far off. Time short-handed. This is going to be fun to see. Yep, this is what you get when you have a team of all offensive players. Oh, and I like how it shows at the top two. I just noticed our power play and penalty kill. They're not going to take a lot of penalties. You just hope you have the guys, the personnel that can kill it off. And as you can see this year, we did for penalty kills. We were top 5 in the league, so you like that. We just got to get that power play percentage up there. We get, I believe, a lot of chances. Total power plays, yeah, we led the league by a fair margin. So that's just something. We need that top-end offensive scoring. I know Hue and Valentenko will get there, but hopefully in this offseason we can find at least something to help us out in terms of defense and offense. Maybe sign some middle-of-the-road offensive defenseman guys, and then maybe a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a top-end, like, winger, more than likely, is what I'm going to be looking for to add with DeBrusque on that first line, and hopefully, as well, Valentenko can get up there. Well, let's take a look. Progress report. How much did Hue go up this season? Because he... 24. Oh, what a beast. 24, Blah, 18. Roy got 18, and Valentenko with 12 in his short time up here. I believe, what is that? Attributes modified. Yeah, so that's how many attributes he had go up and down. Let's see. Deking, hand-eye. Passing puck control, discipline, offensive awareness. Nice to see that go up. What did his defense awareness go up to 6? So when you get a 6 boost in offensive awareness and a 6 boost in defensive awareness, that is gonna get you up there. So that's good to see. Statistical growth, I don't know if you really ever get that with turning most of the stuff that I have off. What did Roy go up? Nice, I like it. Would like to see some of those shooting categories go up. Valentenko, what did he have? Discipline, offensive awareness, poise. Nice. A little bit of shot, defensive awareness, and speed. He's going to get faster. But, yep, now we're over the 30-minute mark almost for this video, boys. I hope you enjoyed it. Next time you see me, we'll be at the draft. We'll see what pick we got. But until then, thanks for watching. Peace!